Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 21 with the Baltimore Orioles. Yes. Thanks to those of you who commented on last week's video. And after doing some soul searching, I think the best way to make sure that we can keep everyone that we might want to keep is to move on from Luis Garcia. In particular, we want to make sure that we can keep Hendricks. And we also want to make sure that we have the financial flexibility to add additional pieces if it turns out that we need them. I also would like to re-sign Perdomo, quite frankly, which can be done very cheaply, and that is a thing that I'd like to do. I'd particularly like to thank, I believe it was Front Page, who pointed out that he doesn't do what I need him to do. I need a leadoff hitter. He's not that. He doesn't get on base that much. And his speed is starting to drop. And yes, second base, he's very good at it, but he's overpaid. The only thing that would convince me to keep him would be if his opt-out was at the end of this year, because then I'd at least wait to see. But since it's not, and since I need some money, let's kick the tires on trading. Why is not giving me the option to shop him around? You know, let's advance to the next month, and then we will go from there. There we go. Oh, it's Perdomo time, my favorite time. Goodbye, Delgado. And then, Perdomo, are you any better versus one or the other, or are you about the same at both? You're about the same, and honestly, Mr. Senzel has not turned out to be all that great. So, I'm going to make you the starting third baseman, and I'm going to make you the leadoff hitter. Just because you are pretty great, and I want you... Damn it. There we go. And let me generate... No, we are not letting him play this often. Senzel, my dude, I know you haven't had a ton of at-bats, but the at-bats you've had have just been, I hit good baseball, and that's been it. Which is not good enough, in my opinion. And then I want Perdomo to be the everyday third baseman. Like, look at these on-base numbers. That is extremely tasty. Okay, maybe not so much there, but... he just fills a gap in our team, and I'm curious to see how he does the rest of the season. With that said, if I did trade Garcia, I think Moore would probably take over at second base. I think that's who I'm deciding. We don't have the raw power numbers that we normally do, which is a bit sad. Mike Vanderplug, however, has exceeded my expectations in center field. I think that's a good platoon that we've got going on there. Yeah, we've got a lot of really talented hitters, but no one's like hitting their brains out this season. A nice bounce back here for Daniel Cabrera, though. He's another guy. He's going to be even harder to trade, but thankfully he's nearing the end of his contract, and it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to re-sign him. For all the fantastic ability he's shown, he's not as good as he used to be. Um, because I want to keep winning World Series even this year, I'm not going to trade Mountcastle. I think he's doing a fine job. I'm just not going to bring him back, and then we'll figure out who plays first base next season. Hendrick is his power numbers are about where they were last season, maybe a tiny bit off. Um, he's fine. I'm not at all worried about him. We're just at a point where, quite frankly, um, I don't have a lot of options as far as where to play some of these players. I can only hit 9 people. Um, so I think whoever replaces Garcia is going to be batting ninth until I find a new spot for them. Let's go on to the end of the month. And then we'll start shopping Mr. Garcia. Alright, we got a whole bunch of people. I am just stupidly excited at Danny Moreno's raw potential. Scouty boy, go do some scouting, please. Wait, Strooby Doo? Did I come up with that? I don't think I did. Huh. But yeah, I cannot get enough of looking at his ratings. They're so good. He's so good at everything. He's not a great center fielder yet, but there's plenty of time for him to improve. End of the month, please. Oh, no. I know what I was going to do. I was going to check the expiring personnel. Minor league coaches can never leave. It's just the rules. And then, who else would I like to keep? The assistant GM, sure. The pitching coach, you're really helpful for a bunch of my relievers. Maybe not so much for my starters, but our bullpen is a pretty big strength of this team, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a new deal. Our hitting coach, you're only really benefiting 2 hitters, but my offense in general has been so doggone good that, again, I see no real reason to change, to move on from you. And the most important thing is that I still make more money than anyone else in the organization. I know you can't spend money in this game, but I still feel better that I make more money than everyone else on the team. His potential went up. Oh my word. Okay. I'm curious. Prospect pipeline. When do we think he's going to make the majors? We think he's 2 years away. And I think that's a fair assessment. I think that's a very fair assessment. And I think the most important thing he needs to work on to be a truly workable player is his ability to play in the field. All right. We have a very large lead. And I know now that I've said that, I've probably cursed us. But I'm really hoping that Perdomo can get on base a lot and just fire up the rest of this team. Player development. Any big changes here? Not really. Yeah, nothing too shocking here. Oh, Danny Moreno got better, but we knew that because of the scouting report that I'd already run. That's fine. Okay. Man. Mountcastle, my dude. You are one of my favorite Orioles. And the fact that I'm moving on from you, I feel kind of bad. But I've got two players in Gould and Santoya. And maybe I need both of them. But we're talking like a really good first baseman. And I want him to play in the majors. I think he's earned it. And you've just gotten too expensive for me. Even if I do trade Garcia. Speaking of which, let's shop. I'm going to start by looking for prospects. That's the thing I'd like to upgrade the most. Let's just see what kind of offers I get. Okay, so far it's mostly bullpen guys. And that's honestly not a big shock to me. I am not terribly surprised that it's mostly going to be bullpen guys. So, the best thing we could get for him would be maybe a starting pitcher and a hitter of some kind. So maybe, I don't want to trade him in the division if I don't have to, but maybe Toronto's where we start. First of all, let's focus on Avalos. His movement is terrible. I can't take him. Alright, let's scroll back up to the top. Alright. Jimmy Young is an amazing relief pitcher. But if all I get for Garcia is a relief pitcher, I think I've done him and I've done my team a disservice. Unless it's the kind of relief pitcher that's actually a starter. They're very good relief pitchers, though. This is an undeniable fact. All right, Sam Gettings. Nope. Please stop. Nope. I can't trust a pitcher with movement that's that low. Unless they've got like a consistently fantastic ground ball rate. Which admittedly Benoist does. Let me remove the untouchable thing and then see what my GM says. You think I should ask for a little bit more, but you're not like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Which is a pretty great start. Jose Cervantes. Really, this must be a joke. Okay. Honestly, I feel a little better about Cervantes. What if I just asked for him? He says this is not a serious offer. Dude, I'm giving you like an all-star second baseman. I don't think I'm being too unrealistic. What would I have to throw in? Players I'm not going to throw in. Okay. So I'm going to have to not get Cervantes and settle for Benoist. Man, I am very hesitant about him. We'll have to see how he turns out. Ramon Mendoza must be joking. Alright, so basically they won't give me another top prospect for him, which is fine. Heck, if I want Ryan Mountcastle Jr., here he is right here. I just don't think that's necessarily something I'm interested in. You're a very weird player. I don't mind telling you that. You're a very weird player. You're a second baseman who specializes in hitting for power. Now, how much power you have is a bit up to debate, but... Okay, you don't even like that. That actually makes the deal worse in your eyes. That's fine. How about Joe Brook? He'll think about it. This is what I said I wanted. It's a pretty decent hitter, albeit not at a good position. How about Mr. Ortiz here? I think this is weird that right now he's like, this deal is fine, and then if I add a player, he's like, this is the worst deal in history. I've never understood the assistant GM logic in OOTP. I just haven't. I want players that are good and young who could surprise me and develop new talents. I kind of like Leonardo Perez. Like, I don't want this to be a one-for-one deal, but that might be what I have to settle for. He said he'll think about it. I'm going to offer this deal, and we'll see if he takes it. I'm just going to accept the fact that my general manager is full of crap. Well, my assistant general manager, because I'm the general manager, and I don't think I'm full of crap. What do we like about John Hanau? He's a pretty decent hitter. I mean, I wouldn't have to throw in much to make this deal happen. I just don't even know if Arroyo is the best reliever that he's got. That's Brian Mapp. Mapp is a better reliever. Arroyo has a lot of qualities that make him good, but in terms of pure ability, Brian Mapp is the guy. And I'm going to submit this offer and see if I change the pitcher, if it makes a difference to him. We could sign an international free agent. I'm okay with that. Is there anybody with unique potential? Not really. I mean, I'd sign this guy. You know what? I've got so much money for free agents. Let's do it. Even if it's not that great, it's still fine for right now. No way. He really wants another player. And I'll give you Mr. Bernard here. Yeah, so Pena, I don't know what your problem is, but you're getting on my damn nerves. And I just gave you a new contract. What is your problem? You really like veterans. That's your problem. Well, guess what? Screw you. Complete trade. I'm sorry that the fans are sad. It says fan interest almost crashed. It's at 87. Benoist, I will happily put you on my 40-man. You are not a reliever. You're a starter. And then Mr. Benoist, I'm going to send you to AAA. Right. Step 2. Mr. Robert Moore. Welcome to the Major Leagues. step 3, I now have a little bit of money for extensions, which is probably not enough to sign Hendricks to the deal he wants. No, Mr. Hendricks is now convinced all he's going to get is a 1-year deal, and maybe that's fine. I'll offer him $9 million just to buy out his next season of arbitration, so I don't have to worry about it. That didn't free up as much payroll as I had hoped, but it will free up payroll going forward. I'm going to go ahead and give Perdomo his extension. Alright, let's reduce this by 500 grand. There you go. And I'm completely fine with this. Senzel I'm not bringing back. I know his ratings looked superficially good, but I should have looked more at his statistical record, which is that he hasn't been a very good third baseman for several years now. That's on me. It's a 1-year deal, so I'm not too fussed about that. Can I lock up Joe Sprague? I'd very much like to lock him up. Can I do a 5-year deal? And I'll solve in some extra cash at the back end here. Nope. That's fine. I'll just worry about you in arbitration then. And the same thing for Hendricks. Neither one of them really wants a long-term deal. Who else is coming up that might want a lot of money? Nobody massive. Like Owen Cobb, you're not earning $3 million a year. It's not happening. You're a backup player. And to be frank, I'm halfway tempted to just trade you now and see if I can get a better prospect, because my dude, you're a mediocre second base / shortstop. You're not worth that much money. You're just not. I like Robert Moore's salary demands a lot more than I like yours. So we're going to have a think about what to do with you, my dear friend, Mr. Cobb. Actually, let's try to trade him now and just see what kind of options are available. Okay, it's mostly garbage. Well, I guess that's good to know. You're an interesting guy, David Romero. You're not far from being a starting pitcher. I'm actually going to make this trade. Okay, who else would we like to... Okay, we need a shortstop to replace him. Tharp, can you play short? You can. Welcome to the big leagues. Alright, you know what? I'm sick and tired of you trying to force me to play Senzel. He's been garbage. I'm trading him too. Let's make all the trades, right? Alright, I'm not getting any offers, so then let's add the other categories of players and see what might be available to us. These are all going to be like giant contracts, aren't they? I could bring back our old friend Zach Peak. Um... I'm getting a lot of interesting offers. I don't know that any of these are the kind of offers that I'd actually take. Could my bullpen use some reinforcements? How are we doing with the bullpen? We're basically great at everything. Okay, that's fine. So if that's the case, then I'd really like someone who's on a cheap contract who still has some talent that I can stash in AAA. Also, come on, OOTP, make this sortable, please. There's no one here I'm that excited about, so I'm telling you what I'm going to do instead, if I can do it. How is your minor league option situation like? You can refuse the assignment. Let's see if you do. You do. I'm just going to bench him. I don't have the time or inclination to bother with that. Because I'm just not letting Senzel play. You have betrayed my tiny trust, and I cannot accept it. Yeah, this is very deliberately on my part. This is Senzel is not playing on this team next year. And since he's not playing on this team next year, I'm not going to give him at bats. I just don't see the point. Is there anyone else who's like, I want to make $11 billion and I'm not worth it? Honestly, Vanderplug has a pretty ridiculous salary demands, but I'm not going to trade him just yet. Because I don't think he's in any danger of being a Super 2, I don't think. Yeah, he's not. So I'm just gonna wait on him and then make my decision from there. Alright, this is all lovely. Let us advance to the trading deadline. How are you doing, my dude? Oh, look at that on base percentage. Just gaze upon its glory. I love it. Obviously, limited playing time, but he's always been good at getting on base, so I am more than happy to give him a prominent spot on this team. You would give me a fantastic relief pitcher and a pretty worthless prospect in exchange for my backup catcher. Now, you raise an interesting question to me. But I think he just has too much value to this team. So I'm not going to trade him this season. I might trade him next season, though. Because remember, I've still got an option for next year on him. Alright, we can have Noah Syndergaard back. How are the rotation guys doing? Not terribly. Not terribly at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let Syndergaard throw in the minors. Like, I understand the person you most likely will replace would be Alex Perez, and I'm okay with that. Oscar, my dude, I guess this is proof that just because you have a good movement rating that you can keep the ball on the ground, because you're not doing that. You've already given up 27 homers. You're pretty overpaid too, I have to say. Like, you're good for what you are, which is a pretty good innings eater. You're a pretty good number 3 starter. You don't walk many people, and you're pretty good at striking them out. But you just allow too many homers. And I guess you really don't get to know that until they make the majors. I'd hope that his movement would be good enough for that, but you're primarily a curveball screwball pitcher. You'd think that'd be something hard to tee off on, but apparently not. Who is Drew Bowser? Are you one of the guys I was going to draft at one point? Yeah, you are. It's good to see that I wasn't wrong about you. You didn't turn out to be all that great. Alright. Up to the trading deadline. Mike Reese is injured. I can't do anything about that. Haha, Kyle Doey. You thought you'd become a billionaire, and now you're crying and whining. Should have just taken less money and stayed with Baltimore. We were bros, dude. We were bros. Let us advance to the trading deadline. Oh, poor Clay Fisher. The Eternal Oriole. Alright, how's it going, my dudes? Pretty good. We have so much power up and down the lineup. It's a little bit unfair, and I love it. You could be better, Perdomo, but I need to give you a fair shot. And it's not like you're replacing anybody that's too impressive. Okay. The middle of the bullpen is deeply problematic. It is deeply, deeply problematic. What's going on there? Are you just getting lit up? Yeah, you are. I made a dumb decision. I looked at his historically low home run rate last season and thought, yes, this man should be given all of the innings. Please stop using him quite so often. I'm inclined to let Chris Thomas ride it out. It looks like he's just been the victim of some bad luck. We look at the difference between his ERA and his FIP. But yeah, I could definitely use a new middle reliever. Because Yasiel De La Cruz is not very good. At least not this season. I mean, he's super cheap, right? I'll find a role for him somewhere on this team. Pierrette, dude. You've been victimized by bad luck too, though. Is there some member of the defense who's just totally screwing up? I think I know the answer to this before I click it, but I have to check anyway. Is it Daniel Cabrera? Daniel Cabrera is pretty terrible. And Perdomo's not great at third base. He's fine, though. I can live with him. Yeah, Cabrera is getting to the point where I almost have to DH him. And Kieran Dongo is, like, legitimately a very good left fielder. At least compared to Cabrera. Do I slide Cabrera to DH and put Kieran Dongo in left field? Like, his WAR would go down because of the position adjustment, because the DH position adjustment is a negative. But I'm actually too bothered by that. Because he's here to hit, right? And the less he plays the field, the more he'll actually hit. We're doing it. This was probably a long time in coming. And maybe this will work out better for him. Who knows? The only way to find out is just to play. But other than that, how are you hitting, Mr. Muller? You're not terrible. Do we have any really good relievers that are just waiting for an opportunity? Hirschauer. And you've consistently kept the ball down. You know what we're going to do? Chris Thomas, I'm going to send you to the minors. I'm going to call up Hirschauer. I'm going to make you a middle reliever. And let's see how you take to the majors. And then maybe with Cabrera out of left field, it'll help out pitchers like Pierrette. But maybe not too. Alright, up to roster expansion. That is probably when we'll bring Syndergaard back. Break is getting a tiny bit worse. Neil's losing control. My dude, please stop. Hirschauer got better. Josh Roberts got better. Jim Prather got a whole lot better. He took a big step. And then I don't see Danny Moreno's name here, but that's fine. Is Pierrette still on a pitch count? No, he's not. Okay. How is Andy Neal's rookie season actually gone? He has been serviceable. The walks are an issue, which we knew they would be, but he's doing a pretty good job of keeping pitchers from getting homers, and I think he just maybe needs a bit more seasoning. Alright, let's keep going. Well, that's not good. That's 3 months off for Mr. Vanderplurg. Who do we have that's ready to go in the outfield? Mr. Carrillo, you're in. Especially if I can get you to platoon. No. That's fine. You know what? Vasquez is probably good enough that he's earned a shot. That's fine. And then Vasquez is already there, and I'm just going to drop in Carrillo. I said drop in Carrillo. You can play right field too, though. That's fine. Okay. Now the real downside is he won't be eligible for the play. Or sorry, but eligible for the loss, but he won't be able to play. Damn it, I was hoping I could wait and make the decision on him later. How has Mr. Wood been doing in the rotation? He's been okay. Let's put him back in AAA. And let's throw Syndergaard back in the rotation. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ooh, I got a save streak. Neat. Now Alex Perez is out for 5 weeks, so Ethan Wood's exile was not for very long. But maybe it's Benoist. I mean, he seemed like he's much more advanced than Wood. No, Wood's actually more advanced. This is fine. You can be emergency SP long relief. Yeah, we have not missed anything at all by not having Edwin Diaz on the team. If anything, we're actually better now. We're not quite the best team in the majors, but we are in the top 10 for sure. Oh no. Oh god. Don't fucking do that to me, game. I don't want to see Cabrera season over. The number of years he's been in the league. Oh yes, the grizzled young veteran that is 29 years old. Game, what are you doing? And we've clinched the division title, as I expected we would. Okay, well. Mr. Santoya. Or Gould. Gould is a really good all-around hitter. But it also looks like he's got a bit more to learn in the minors before he'll be truly ready. Whereas Santoya is about as good now as he'll ever get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go boop and boop. I'm going to slide in Santoya as the number 6 hitter. Not Robert Moore, Santoya. Do you have a big hole in your swing? Oh god, it's enormous. Okay. Hey, Nick Senzel. You're gonna play first base because you can actually hit and the other guy really can't. How hard can it be to play first base, right? I really like to just get rid of Nick Senzel. Maybe I should just cut him. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll make him figure out first base. I mean, what the shit, right? If he can handle third, he can probably handle first. And you know, Mountcastle might be back in time for the playoffs. It just depends on how long we're in the playoffs and a couple of other things. That's good. It's going to be a major point in Santoya's favor. I'm going to need to find someone to platoon with him because I don't want Santoya facing any left-handed pitchers if I can avoid it. Ooh, Karen Donga was Player of the Week. Very nice. He has turned out to be about as much as I expected. I expected more doubles from him, to be quite frank. But maybe those will come with time. But this is what I wanted. Very pleased with him. What happened to Judson Fabian? I traded him, didn't I? Sorry, that's the problem when it's been a week since I played this last. I genuinely don't remember. Did I trade Judson Fabian? I probably did, and he probably deserved it. What did I get for you? Willett, Trujillo, and Ward. You know what? Willett was a pretty damn fine pickup, so I am more than happy to say that I won that trade. And maybe Fabian's more happy too. I don't know, but it looks like he did pretty terrible for the Angels. So whatever, dude. Alright, the regular season is almost over. Now it is over. No, it's not. I'm kidding. Now it's over. Hey, congratulations, Norfolk. Now remember, I'm not going to play in the first round because I won my division. So let's just go ahead and pick until next playoff round. And Alex Perez now could be back sooner than we expected. How far out is Mountcastle? That is the question. Actually, I need to check my playoff roster because I don't know that Santoya would normally be eligible. Oh no, he is. Perfect. I am pretty okay with this roster, honestly. Yeah, I'm okay with this roster. Right. Let's set our pitching staff. So the first series is 5 games, right? What are you doing? Playoff coverage. Playoff tree. I said until next playoff round. Thank you. Alright, so we're facing Chicago. In a 5-game series. And Chicago had a pretty terrible rotation. So hopefully we can light them up. We're going to do 3-man rotation. The question is, who is the third man? I'll just have you guys both do middle relief and just throw some innings as I need you. That's actually a really good question. Pierrette allowed 40 homers. I'm kind of thinking Syndergaard because of his postseason track record. Actually, I guess he's been mostly garbage in the postseason. Huh. Andy Neal? I mean, I guess we'll let Pierrette do it just because he's got the experience. But man, talk about an ugly choice, but that's fine. We'll live. Because we got Jack freaking Leiter. It did take 11 innings, though. Brandon Hendricks does a good job. And it's Baltimore v. Baltimore. It's our old friend Zach Peak. I remember Zach Peak. If I remember right, I traded him because he was another one who enjoyed giving up the homers. Like, yes, I know the chicks dig the long ball, but that doesn't mean you have to be quite so accommodating, Mr. Peak. No, why did I trade you? Oh, weren't you the guy I traded to get like half my outfield? Oof. Man, AJ Graffinino. I remember that guy. I'd probably call this trade actually a bit of a loss if I'm honest with you. Like, Delgado's fine. I have no issues with him. Tharp is fine. Pelletier is fine. But then again, I've flipped Pelletier to Minnesota, so... Oh well. They can't all be, like, blockbusters that permanently change baseball history. Good job, Pierrette. You didn't pitch that well, but you pitched well enough. And that's all I can really ask of you. And then until the next playoff round... Okay. Perez, I'm just going to send you to AAA. I'm not putting you on the roster. Now, somebody needs to be the fourth starter. There is no avoiding that. And I guess if I need a fourth starter, especially since, look, he probably doesn't have that many years left anyway, let's give some more glory to Noah Syndergaard. Because I'm very seriously considering opting out of this contract. I think any value Syndergaard had is a bit gone now. His 2027 was a truly inspiring season, though, for a pitcher of his age, but I just think we've outgrown him. I think we can do better. Another team that didn't have such a good rotation, but actually had a better offense even than we did. So this could get ugly. But it's Jack freaking Leiter. I don't even know why I said that. Jack Leiter's like, pfft, 2 hits, 1 walk, 10 Ks. Barely threw 100 pitches. Man. Jack Leiter. Oh no, Houston has Luis Garcia, but he's a pitcher now. I'm kidding. It's a different Luis Garcia. Another glorious victory. 2 homers for Austin Kendrick and 2 homers for Daniel Cabrera. Corona. Very nice. It's Cleveland Indian. Oh, what a shock. They're like, you thought you were getting Zach Plesac. Nuh-uh. It's Jackson Fristow. All right, Jackson. Well, you kicked our butt. I don't know how, but you did. They scored 7 runs without even a homer? Dang. Alright. Gotta keep it interesting. Look at Noah Syndergaard. What a dude. Like, Lord knows he's not a good pitcher anymore, but he's a good enough pitcher. And it was Jack Leiter. There was no question that we were gonna come away. So it's gonna be, oh dear. There's gonna be like 500 home runs in this World Series. It's Colorado and Baltimore. Yikes. Wait, why is Jack Leiter not pitching? Is he not rested? He's completely rested. No. Jack Leiter. So I can pitch him 3 times if I need to. Jack Leiter's like, Colorado. I'm just going to strike out 11 guys and only give up 6 base runners in almost a complete game. Man. I don't know how Jack Leiter can arguably one of the greatest pitchers in the history of the Baltimore Orioles and be underrated, but here we are. There goes Brandon Hendricks again. Nice. This is a fun bug. I don't know why it happens where it keeps listing people hitting 0 homers. I don't know if that's ever been fixed. And it doesn't matter. I mean, it's not like it hurts my experience of the game at all. I just find it kind of funny. We gotta pay Hendricks. Like, is he Jack Leiter? He is not, because there was only one Jack Leiter. Also, Jack Leiter is already way better than his old man. If we can even see the stats. Yeah, he's in here. Regular season, please. Like, yeah, 162 and 132. Jack Leiter was not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. But he's not remotely close to the Hall of Fame. Whereas Jack Leiter, his son, he's already won 117 games. He didn't quite win another pitching triple crown because some jerk had more wins than he did. But led the league in every other bloody stat. He's already got 5 Cy Youngs, and I believe the record is Roger Clemens. It's either Roger Clemens or Randy Johnson. I can't remember who actually had more. Roger Clemens was a 7-time Cy Young. Randy Johnson was close. He had 5. So yeah, I just need 2 more Cy Youngs, and I'm pretty sure I've got one this year locked up, and I'll be dangerously close to breaking that record. Here's Pierrette. He does fine. Oh boy, thanks Ryan Mountcastle. Jerk. And we swept it. Oh, Noah Syndergaard. Again, you pitch just well enough not to lose. Noah Syndergaard. Noah freaking Syndergaard. Oh, excuse me. There, Ryan Mountcastle's back before he becomes a free agent. Quit being a weirdo. Until Z playoffs end. Look at that. We lost one game the entire playoffs. How do I only have a season score of 897? Whatever, dudes. Alright. Noah Syndergaard. I love you. You're a good dude. I've helped you earn 4 rings. I think it's time that you found a new team. On the other hand, Sean Murphy, for $1.5 million, I can't imagine a better backup catcher. You didn't like Nick Senzel. That's fine. I don't like him either. I won 4 World Series in the last 5 years. Danny Moreno was now a loser and is only the 3rd overall prospect. I'm kidding. So, let us end this episode by reviewing this season. Who did well and who didn't do so well? Daniel Cabrera. Holy shit. This is his best season in the last couple, and it looks like I was wrong to have left him in left field so long. Because even though he's a DH now, he's like, bitch, please. I'm that good a hitter. 50% better than the average major leaguer. Absolute perfection. Daniel Corona Jr., again, is a borderline hitter. But he's an amazing shortstop. And he is what I'm looking for in a baseball player that plays shortstop. As long as his bat is right around league average, he's going to have plus value. I probably need to kick him out of the number 2 slot, though. So that's something I'm going to consider for next season. His contract is so expensive, but that's fine. Adley Rutschman, he did it again. He's in his decline, I think, a bit. The power looks like it's gone a little bit. His on-base numbers and his average are on par. But he's still an outstanding catcher. And it's honestly kind of surprising me he's only ever won 1 Gold Glove. But, yeah. I am perfectly happy with Rutschman. His contract's is gonna look ugly. But I had to do it. Ryan Mountcastle. I'm almost sorry to see you go. You've been so good to us for so long. I mean, you were in the majors before Rutschman was, right? No, you both were promoted the same season. Austin Hendrick had a pretty nice season. Maybe not as good as his past seasons, but pretty good. A bit of a dip in home run production from you. Robert Moore, remember, he didn't even play a full season, has already exceeded my expectations as a second baseman. But he is quite possibly going to be our leadoff hitter next season. I haven't decided yet, though. Kieran Dongo, a very nice first season from him. Loads of power. I'd like to see the gap power go up a bit more, but this is a perfectly serviceable left fielder. Positive production from most of the rest of the team. There's that on base percentage you'd like to see. Like to see it be even a bit higher. But I will probably next season have more lead off and Perdomo hits second. But maybe I'll switch it up, I'm not sure. Everyone produced positive value on the team, which is pretty darn exciting. Except for Jose Santoya, who only had 5 at-bats, so can we really be unfair to him? Sorry, 24 plate appearances? This is pretty good. It's pretty real good. Let's look at the pitching. I think it's going to be Jack Leiter and Brandon Hendricks, and then it kind of goes downhill from there. Mike Reese has really turned out to be a quality relief pitcher. And I'm happy to see him continue to get more and more innings because he can handle it. Wish he'd get the ball on the ground more, though, given his ground ball skills. This is still a very good season, though. I can't complain. If we look at managers all time, I got 4, which is the most of any active manager. But remember, Casey Stengel and Joe McCarthy both have 7. I can't believe there's no championship leaderboard. That seems silly to me. I've won 867 games. Very nice. How am I in winning percentage? Pretty good. Pretty good. How good is Jack Leiter's career WAR right now? I have to know. 44. He's already a better pitcher than his father in like half the seasons, maybe a third of the seasons. Because Al Leiter pitched a very long time. What a guy. All right, my friends. Let us end the episode by checking on the rookies that we've been checking closely into. I'm more than willing to let you guys be handled by the AI. Danny Moreno. I think you're ready for full-time baseball. I really do. And the next step to that is letting you play an A-ball. Now, I'm not going to push you to high A yet. I want you to get some practice first, but... Alright, Ocasio, I think I need to make you a relief pitcher. We tried. We did try. I was hoping if I pitched you a bunch that you'd eventually just learn a third pitch, but you didn't. And you're still an amazing reliever, potentially. So I'm going to consider you as a starter to be a failed experiment and let you repeat a ball there. Nicholson, you have lost my attention. Josh Rhodes. I put you right into high A out of college. And you've kind of delivered. Maybe not brilliantly, but you've kind of done it. I'm going to let you repeat high A, though. I'm not going to rush you. And what about Matthias Lonzin? This is your second season in high A, and I'm starting to get a pattern of just the kind of pitcher that you are. I don't think there's a lot more for you to learn. I'm going to let you play in Double A this season. Congratulations. Josh Roberts, you might actually go to the majors next season. I haven't decided yet, though. But you had a very fine season, and I think you've at the very least earned a promotion to AAA. I feel pretty good about that. Are there any pitchers I'm not watching that I should... Any players I'm not watching that I should be? Doug Smart. I am going to mark you as mine. And I'm putting you right into high A. I mean, you obliterated short season ball. I don't even know why they sent you back to rookie ball, but yeah, you're going to high A. And then the rest of this, I'm fine. Maybe Amaya? Yeah, I will take over Amaya too. I'm going to send Amaya up to the New York Penn League. Ramirez, I don't even know why you were ever flagged as special, but you no longer are. And here's the... I don't have any good catching prospects, so maybe I need to take a close look at you. Oh, I know what I meant to do with you. First of all, I'm going to force you as a catcher. I don't want you pitching. At all. And I'm going to let you repeat... I'm going to let you repeat rookie ball, but as a catcher. Actually, wait, did you actually play catcher? Okay, you did. You just didn't do very well. Okay. You're 18. I am not going to rush you. I will transfer you to the other team, though, because I think you're more likely to get... He does not match the rules. Oh, right. You're only for people coming up. I see. Yeah, I think if I force you to play a catcher, I think you'll be okay. All right. The low minors are actually looking kind of bare right now. Like, we've got a bunch of Major League ready players in the high minors, but the low minors, not so much. I need to deal with that. Santoya, no losing batting average. Oh, dear God. I was just checking. Mountcastle, no one is paying you $22 million. Just stop before you hurt yourself. No one is paying you $22 million. That's absurd. But I do want a platoon partner for Moore. Not Moore, Santoya. Because he's like a very good hitter versus a pretty trash hitter. What about Gould? You're even worse. Okay. So I don't know who the first baseman of the future is, but whoever it is, they're going to need a platoon partner for the future, too. The Rule 5 draft comes after free agency filings, right? Yes. Okay. Then we'll figure out who goes on the 40-man at that point. I need to give you a minor league contract extension because a Baltimore Orioles team without Clay Fisher, holy shit, he had an amazing year in AAA. Poor Clay Fisher. I always feel a little bit bad that I don't put him on the Major League roster, but we are where we are right now. Yeah, it looks like you really kind of found yourself in AAA. So maybe we'll let you start the year there. We'll think about it. Well, that's going to be it for this episode. That was a pretty great season. We've won our 4th championship. We're probably going to win Manager of the Year again, or at least we should. And before we go, I'm going to increase ticket prices. How much are the Yankees charging? $30 a ticket. No, I'm not going to go that high. What about Boston? Yeah. What about Cleveland? Okay. You know what? I think it's not unreasonable to increase ticket prices to $22. I don't think I'm being unreasonable if I ask fans to pay a little bit more for our amazing players. We were so cost efficient, it almost hurts. I love it. I love it so much. don't want to keep Drew Jones. Let's give him a minor league extension too. But yeah, all three of these guys are gonna walk. I might offer Mountcastle compensation because he's delusional enough to decline it. It's a bit risky, but worst case scenario, I make Mountcastle the strong or the weak side of the platoon at first base. Senzel, I like that he's got a personal motto that pleases me. He's the other option. What would he want for an extension? He doesn't want very much money, but I don't think he's going to be used the way he wants to be used. How did you do batting? Pretty good. You're a very intriguing player, Kinsmuller. I like that you're both a pretty darn good relief pitcher and a pretty good second baseman. That gives me a lot more roster flexibility, and I love it. Look at this cost efficiency. First. That's the good shit. All right, then. Until next time, my friends, thank you very much for watching the series. I hope you're enjoying things so far. Do feel free to leave likes and comments. Let me know what you think. I think next season, we're going to see a bit of a drop-off next season. That's what I'm going to predict. But maybe not. I guess the issue is going to be, how do we replace Ryan Mountcastle's bat? Because he's the only bat that I consider to be, truly terrifying that we might be losing. Senzel ended up being fine, I guess. It just took him a while to get there. But the thing is, he's not going to be happy if I don't make him a platoon guy. If I make him a platoon guy. And Perdomo's back. Did he ever get to win a ring with us? He didn't. So here we go. We got Perdomo a ring. Oh, that's right, because we traded him in 2024, and we won our first World Series in 2025. History. Hey, we won 3 World Series in a row. Nice. I didn't even realize that, but we did. Yeah, we won the World Series the year after we traded Perdomo. What a run. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the series, and until next time, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.